Hello everybody, so I am back in my apartment. I had a full, 4 or 5 days of traveling. I went up to Oregon. Hopefully you guys saw my travel vlog. If you haven't, then make sure you check it out in the links below. So I'm back. I got so many books while I was there, because here's the thing. There's no sales tax in Oregon, so I kind of used that to justify the fact that I could get so many books. So there's going to be a book haul video. It's probably going to be split into 2 parts coming up. But what I am so excited over this fact is that guess what book I got? I got Carry On by Rowell. I have never read a book by Rowell, and so when I saw this in the bookstore, I was like, oh my god, I have to get this. And it was a used bookstore, so it wasn't as expensive as it would be in like Barnes & Noble or just any other kind of regular price range store. I read it in one day. I think I literally sat down at 2 and I finished it by 7. So I'm gonna do a review on this book for you guys now. Okay, so with all the hype surrounding Fangirl and Eleanor and Part, for some reason I have not been able to pick up one of her books. Like, I want to, and I've heard so many great things, and all of her books sound amazing and really interesting, but up until this point I just hadn't bought them or found them cheap enough so that I thought that it would be worth buying. Maybe I thought a little bit that she was kind of overhyped. After reading this book, I can say that she is fantastic. Basically, the plot of the story is that in Fangirl, the main character writes a lot of fan fiction about Simon Snow. So what Carry On is essentially her first fantasy novel exploring the world of Simon Snow and just how she would personally end the series. So I like it because you don't need to read Fangirl in order to understand this book. It's not a sequel in any kind of way, it's more of just kind of an expansion. Essentially, it's the story of Simon Snow and how he is the chosen one, and he's a really, really bad chosen one. Like, he has magic, but he's not good at it. He goes to a school for like wizards and witches and magical people, and he's just not a good student there. He almost has too much magic is essentially his problem, and he can't control it. So the story kind of centers, and his roommate is like his mortal enemy. Spoilers ahead, I'm so sorry, but yeah, there's gonna be some spoilers. I'm gonna try and keep it as spoiler free as possible. Obviously, I'm gonna compare it a little bit to Harry Potter because I feel like everyone kind of does when it comes to magic and schools of magic and that sort of thing. You do still kind of get like the influence that Hogwarts probably had on the fictional world that's present in Carry On. Even when I was reminded a little bit of like, oh, kind of like Harry Potter, it just all of a sudden something happens, you're brought straight back into the plot. What really makes it good is that you are so surprised by how different it is, and you're so, honestly, what I really like about this book is the fact that it gives you more almost than Harry Potter did, I feel like. Because what is great is that not only are you reading from the perspective of Simon Snow and Baz and just all the, like, the 3 main characters, you read from almost a bunch of different perspectives, and you find out the story as you go along. Like, it's hinted at the beginning that there are going to be twists, but you don't fully understand what these twists and turns are until you're over halfway through the book. And it's really nice because it keeps you guessing the entire time. It lets you explore the world and the magical creatures and the community that these people have and how they all relate to each other. And I feel like that's more than what we got almost in Harry Potter is obviously like just this gigantic world that J.K. Rowling has created. But what I like about Carry On and how it's different is you see more of the relationships between vampires and witches and wizards and fairies and just everything about that, so I thought it was really good. I thought it has such a strong storyline. All the characters are so well developed, and they all really relate to each other, and they're really likable and dislikable in their own ways. But anyway, so some negatives about this book. There really weren't that much, and there's nothing storyline that's negative, really. I like how it's not a predictable storyline. That's good. What kind of is a little bit iffy for me, and I think it's because I haven't read Fangirl yet, past events are alluded to in the Simon Snow universe, and I feel like because it's my first kind of introduction to said universe, there's references to tasks that he's accomplished or quests that he's been on and just kind of that sort of thing. And while in my head I am able to picture him accomplishing these tasks due to what like kind of images that are present in the novel and kind of what he alludes to, I guess for me it's just I would have loved to hear or see more of an explanation for those events. And I get that they're not really relative to the novel as it is now, and they're not relative to the plot in this current novel, but just because they're alluded to, it would have been nice to kind of hear more about it. And maybe they are explained more in Fangirl. I haven't read that at all yet. When I read Fangirl, I'll be able to identify more of the situations that Simon Snow is discussing in Carry On. But as for when a first-time reader of Rainbow Rowell reading this book, I was just kind of like thrown off a little bit because I couldn't actually picture, because I didn't know about the events that Simon Snow was talking about. But other than that, like, I thought this book was amazing. I highly recommend reading it, especially if you have never read a Rainbow Rowell novel before. You really should, because she is such a good author, and I really want to read more of her stuff now. But anyway, that's Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Such a good book. Highly recommend it. Let me know what you guys thought of it in below, and let me know what other books I should read by her, because I know that she had 2, Eleanor Park and Fangirl, and there's one more, but I can't remember the name of it. Alright guys, that's all I've got for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of this book, or of other books by Rainbow Rowell, or just other books I should read in general. And yeah, that's all I got. So I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye!